r/askreddit, married people of Reddit, if you switch jobs with your spouse with zero training or preparation, who would get fired first? Oh, it would definitely be a race to the bottom. He's a software development manager, so I could probably just tell his team to get on with what they're doing, but it would only last a day or so, I reckon. I'm a licensed massage therapist, and I'm sure he'd be able to wing it for the first client, though it would be like Ross in Friends massaging Phoebe's clients with brooms and chopsticks. You'd both end up rubbing people the wrong way. My wife's a surgeon, so I hope I would get fired quickly. I imagine I'd tap out before I hurt anybody, and that would be the end of that charade. I write software, and I imagine she could convincingly bullshit her way through a couple status meetings and sit in front of a computer all day long enough to outlast me. No offense, but I really hope you would get fired very quickly. She's a medical doctor, I design space electronics. I'd say we're both fucked. However, while she might only be responsible for costing someone a shitload of money, I might kill someone. I'd say I would be worse off. She's fucking power couple over here. Her at work, it's not like it's brain surgery. You at work, it's not like it's rocket science. Read this quickly and thought you said medieval doctor. He's a nurse, I'm a nurse. Doubt anyone would notice. Most likely her. I'm not unionized, whereas she is. The process would be longer. He's a pilot. All I know about preparing for a takeoff is how to turn the seatbelt light on, so I'm pretty sure I get kicked out during the first minutes. Hope so. This is why my wife would get fired first. I'd do a worse job, but her government position would take a lot of bureaucracy to get rid of me, while my small company would drop her much faster. Hey, I was thinking something similar. We both work for the government and it's really hard to be fired. I'm a programmer and my wife is a coffee barista. I would 100% get fired first. 1. They'll be able to tell immediately that I can't make a coffee, but it'll take days before anyone even notices my wife hasn't done anything lately. 2. It's a lot harder to fire a white-collar worker than it is to fire a hospitality worker. Legally it's the same, but the reality is the hospitality industry shits all over workers' rights. All this thread has taught me is that it is really simple to pretend to be in IT by bullshitting. Definitely my wife if she doesn't kill herself. I'm a bomb technician, she runs tech support for the schools. After all, a bomb technician makes a mistake only once. One of my favorite Far Side comics is a bomb tech disarming a nuclear warhead and a few feet away another tech whispers to a general Bob's wife just left him and he found out yesterday that he has cancer, so, try not to distract him. What's his shirt say? It says, I am a bomb technician, if you see me running, try to keep up. My husband, he'd tell some of the people I've dealt with to go fuck themselves so damn fast. LOL. Finding the seatbelt sign on the overhead panel of an unfamiliar plane is a task in itself, so you're off to a good start. Me. He's in IT and I'm a jeweler. Although I'm really good with computers and know a bit of 3 coding languages, he knows 10 plus and has 25 plus years experience. I'd probably FCK up very important systems if I tinkered with them, while he might burn himself with my torch and get a boo-boo. I think you'll be fine, it sounds like he's barely met the requirements for an entry-level position. Since my spouse is a senior petroleum engineer and I'm a stay-at-home dad, I'd get fired within the first 2 minutes of the first meeting on day 1. Probably wear the wrong shoes too. I'd be fired and then sued because my husband is a doctor and I am definitely not. I work in IT, troubleshooting complex interconnected applications. She works in a daycare, cleaning poopy diapers and keeping toddlers from eating each other's boogers. She could bluff her way through a few days of computer nonsense, while I would likely not survive the first snack time. You had us in the first half, not gonna lie. And if you survive snack time, you'll then have to figure out how to get them to all take a nap at the same time. Neither. We work at the same place already. But my boyfriend is an animal care manager and I'm a cashier, Petco. I do not know how to acclimate saltwater fish, so I'd get fired fast. I think I would quit first. Probably get fired first as well. She's a nurse on cardiology, I'm an engineer for a contractor. I can't stand blood or anything to do with hospitals. And she often comes home all happy telling me how one of her patients was vomiting everywhere and how the other one shat the bed during reanimation. Resuscitation. I would quit within a day. And probably get fired within a week once half my patients died. Not married, but definitely me, as it would become apparent very quickly that I cannot play the violin. Neither, she'd get no client whatsoever, and I'd probably rage quit. I'm a freelancer translator, she's a teacher. Fellow husband of a teacher, I'd also be the first to go. I'm a potty mouth working in accounting. She can do math and use Excel, so she'd be fine for at least a week. I'd be telling parents, students, other teachers, and admin exactly where they can shove it if I had to deal with half the nonsense my wife tells me about. Me, 100%, she is a topographical engineer, I would fuck that up in the first 3 seconds. The raised bumps on the globe mean it's a mountain. Me, topographical engineer. Me. Her work culture and drama is too much for me to even listen to. I wouldn't last a day actually in it. Doesn't seem to bother her the same way. Obviously I am a doctor. But she is imaginary. Yeah, but imaginary people can do anything, uneasy face. We're both permanent public servants, neither of us are getting fired. But she works with spreadsheets, I work with kids. She'll quit first. We are both nurses. He works with old people and I work with babies. So, honestly, it's the same thing, really. The butts I wipe are way cuter, though. We don't usually put the old people in incubators, however, so that might be confusing for them. Reanimation. Sounds a little necromancer. Why? I'm a software engineer, my girlfriend is a dentist specializing in difficult procedures and difficult patients. I would be fired in the first hour. My ex-wife was a neonatal ICU nurse. So, not only would I get fired first, I might actually kill someone. On the other hand, I was a lineman, so if she didn't get fired quickly, she might get killed. I am a tailor. My husband can't sew. However, he works in GIs. I have dyscalculia. It would be a mistake to hire me. Both, my wife teach Italian literature and Latin in high school, I'm a male nurse. We're both retired, but I'm much better at doing fuck all than she is. Me, his job requires a degree and years of training and I have neither. He tries to tell me about work and it all just goes over my head. Well, I'm a pilot and my wife is a surgical PA. Better question is who would kill people first? I'm not sure. I work as desktop publishing and my wife is a teacher, but she is a former CGI artist, so I guess she could learn to navigate the program rather fast. Also, you'd probably go bananas by first recess. Cheat code, we both have the same type of engineering job, different companies though. We'd probably do just fine. I'd love for this to be a game show. Imagine the comedian and doctor duo. He's a stay-at-home dad and I'm a teacher. He also has experience in education. I honestly think we could effectively switch back and forth and wish that was an option. I'm a senior designer with a PhD background, while my wife is stay-at-home mom. I'm pretty sure my kids would fire me faster. I see you're still cutting sandwiches in triangles. Did you not get the memo last week that we've since started cutting them in the shape of doors? I'll need to see you in my office after nap time. I'm a diesel mechanic and she is a baker. Honestly, I think it's a stalemate. I'd be fired in less than a day. She's a teacher and I'd definitely call one of the kids a dick. We're not married, but my girlfriend is a nurse and I'm a helicopter pilot. Given the company I work for, she'd get fired first, but it's not going to go well for anyone. There's a TV show like this. Seen couple variations in European countries. Remember especially an episode where a beautician and a firefighter swapped their jobs. Me husband was a welder, I work retail. He was very charming, and would easily sell half the store to people when they only came in for one thing, whilst I'd burn the workshop to the ground by accident. You say was, sorry for your loss, I'm glad you still talk about his character.